Hi everybody and welcome to this week's market update. Today's market update and economic calendar. Today is Friday the 11th of December, another week rolling by in the trading world. Let's start off by jumping into the Forex factory and having a look at news. Been an interesting week. We're going to have a look at some of the impacts of that Euro stuff last night in a few minutes on the charts. We've got Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking around 4:30 p.m. That's Singapore time tonight. And the Euro summit continues in the background as they try and get some kind of resolution in the background to this Brexit stuff. On to next week. Gosh, quiet Monday, quiet Tuesday, busy Wednesday. Bank of Canada Governor Macklem speaks. German manufacturing PMI, German flash services PMI. Core retail sales in the US. We're watching that with a little bit of interest to see how much effect these lockdowns are having on the world. Flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. Neither of those will be that flash you would expect, but we will wait and see as they come in. FOMC economic projections, FOMC statement, federal funds rate on Thursday. That'll be a biggie as well. An FOMC press conference after that. Swiss National Bank monetary policy. Yeah, monetary policy stuff. Official bank rate votes from the UK or from Great Britain. And official bank rate. Lots of stuff towards the end of next week. Will be an interesting week next week. Monetary policy statement on Friday from Japan as well. So lots of central banks at work towards the back end of next week. We will see how this market prepares for that and gets into all of that stuff. Nice to have some news to move the market as we go after a reasonably quiet week this week. Let's go and have a look at some charts and see if we can work out from today what's been happening in this market in the last 24 hours. UK 100, look, we've talked about these stock markets and this slow grind up. And look, this almost forms this kind of semicircle. It goes up and just slowly teetering away and starting to look more range bound. We've talked the last few days about getting to this level here at 66.40 odd, 66.44 I think it is. We did get there and touched it and pulled back down. Another bar. And look, this really this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Last Friday closed here. From last Friday to this Friday, not a lot of movement in this really. So things are a bit static at the moment. We're looking for something to push them forward. And I think really in the UK, you've got to say they're looking for this Brexit decision because I think there's a situation where everyone's saying there's going to be no deal and everyone believes there probably will be. And the question is whether this is just a negotiating tactic. This is exactly how Boris Johnson says he negotiates, right? He's going to take it down the wire and he's going to try and force the other party to move. The Europeans are obviously not going to play that game. They're trying to fight back. But in the end, will they really settle for no-deal Brexit? Or is this just brinksmanship? Are they just playing each other? The suggestion is I think there'll probably be a Brexit deal late. Gosh, I've been trying to work on this thing. Gosh, to be honest, it's not great because to me they look like completely incompetent idiots. They need a deal, you know? But which isn't great for your economy to have yourself looking not great. But I just have a feeling that over this weekend, I would tend to have my pound and European positions closed because I think we could well wake up to a gap on Monday morning and not a small gap here either. We could be waking up to a huge gap in one direction or the other. So do take care with this stuff, and the FTSE will react to that as well. Nasdaq up the stairs, down out the window, and potentially the little start up. Had a little look down, didn't have a little look down, but a pretty common pattern here for mine. A bit of decision, bit of indecision, and I'd suggest this will come back up. And I think it's most likely that this will come back up, test those recent highs, and then we'll get a bit more clarity about the Nasdaq. Same thing, break above on a 4-hourly chart. I'm a little bit interested in the long, bounce on a 4-hourly chart, get below this level here again, and all of a sudden I'm looking for a decent move down on the Nasdaq. US 500, same kind of pattern. Move down, hesitation day, and really I'm looking for, and again, it's gone nowhere. Look at this, gone nowhere for days. Just looking for it to start and come back up into perhaps this area here as a target area for it. Break below the low of yesterday. That's a different game. We're looking down here for mine, but get above the high of yesterday, and we're looking back to the high of the day before as potential targets. What about this Bitcoin thing? Look, interesting here, you know. So after this move here, starting move this, what were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 consecutive green days. And now we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive red days. And again, this level, the top of this range seems pretty important to me. We've now got pin bar, or test bar. And the fact that both these bars have tried to push down, and that's just been, and the bars just come back in and pushed it straight back up. suggests to me around this level there's still a lot of buyers in this area. And again, a meaningful close below this would take us down towards 17,408. But personally for mine, I'm still looking for a bounce off here, a green bar on 4-hourly chart, and a chance to head back up towards 20,000. I guess that I'd be looking for as a conservative move here. Get a green bar somewhere around here. Look, if you want to be aggressive, drop your stop loss below this level. If you want to be more conservative, drop your stop loss below this level. If you want to be more conservative, drop your stop loss below this level. And even if you do that, even if you get, you know, a little bounce in this area, all the way down here for a stop loss, couple $100, but you know, you get most of it back on a move back to 20,000. So, you know, it's depending on how much you want to attack your risk. I'm still long biased for me personally on this. Look, a pull back up and a lower high would concern me. You know, a close below here would concern me, but for now I'm looking for a bounce and a move up on Bitcoin. Gold, well, look, it's, you know, I talked about the need, how important monthly pivot was last night in the Media Markets Export session, and that I was looking for a close above monthly pivot. Boy, it's pretty tight, to be honest. Monthly pivot here is 118.3550, and if I go on this bar here, the lower that bar is, the close of that bar is 1836.64. So we closed just above it, and as long as we're closing above, since we broke monthly pivot, every close has been above monthly pivot on a daily chart. As long as we stay above it, I'll be looking bullishly and trying to push back up. Still around 1900, the target for the longs for mine. And close below monthly pivot on a 4-hourly chart does start and bring daily pivot and 20-day moving average back into the picture. Oil, well, oil has broken out, which is nice news. I did say again last night that I thought a breakout above this level brought 50 into picture for oil. And we'll be looking for a little retest and a push back up. Personally, for mine right now, I'm tempted to stay out of oil. It's been on really tight ranges, and I feel as if there's some real volatility coming for it potentially as we get this. I've talked about this in the last few days. The backdated contracts for oil are really high because we should be through coronavirus. Everything should be open. Oil will be in high demand. Supply is reducing, really high. But the front-dated contracts are also staying up, and that doesn't make much economic sense to me because there's a lack of demand right now for oil. Interesting, you know, I'd say I'm a mid-term bull, but I'm a short-term bear. Not quite seeing that. It makes me uncomfortable. It'll keep me out of this market in all honesty until things get a bit clearer. So having pushed back down, the euro, as we talked about yesterday, did spike back up on news of the stimulus package out of the ECB. And look, I haven't read anything on it today, but looks like a big move up. You know, these 1, 2, 3, 4 days down have been wiped out in one day. And this suggests that the stimulus package has gone in, and the ECB has now got problems around this, the value of the euro. They don't want it at 121. They definitely don't want it at 123 or 125 where it's going to go, or 130 where it's going to go if they're not careful here. So, you know, congratulations to those that got it around the time of the news. Used to be well into this, and I'd have a stop loss below and just hold on to this and let this position run. This is the kind of position that could run for 3 or 4 months. You need to just keep an eye on Christine Lagarde and what she says is coming. I think they're going to try and do something to talk this currency down, and we'll have to wait for it. Until then, for mine, euro remains a stone dead buy for me. That's my opinion, you know. Right, yeah, guys, we are looking at dollar yen still sitting inside the range of this bar here and this bar here. I'll use this one for now. As long as we're inside this bar here, I'm doing nothing. I consider this to be a range. And we did have a little look up. It didn't close above, popped back down, did nothing yesterday. And for mine now, I'm not really a range trader. A journey to the bottom of the range looks likely, but, you know, not really my type of thing, so I'll be staying out of it. Look, guys, as we get to Christmas, there's a little bit of stuff we're waiting for, right? We're waiting for the Brexit negotiations this week to finish, and this weekend we should have an answer. Certainly, we should be getting a lot closer. Maybe another postponement of try and sort it out. At the end of the day, when they get to the situation, if they get to the situation where neither side wants to concede anymore, really there's no point, and it's time to just say, well, no deal. And we'll watch that with real interest. And they are starting to get some, you know, the more they talk about no deal, the more there'll be a focus on getting this deal done. So, you know, we've got to watch for that. The Electoral College vote, a few days away now. It does look like Trump's lost in court. It looks like Biden will become the next president, but it's so unpredictable. And this, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, shameful attack on democracy by Trump. It is awful, in my opinion. Different for some of you guys, I know. Hopefully the end of Trump will come soon. And I think that the market will start and respond again. Are we going to see the Biden stimulus have the same effect as the European stimulus, which pushes the dollar up? That wouldn't be the conventional economics, but The silliness in the past has pushed the stock markets up. Is it going to push the dollar up? That's coming as well. We've got the gold seasonal up from Monday, the big seasonal play of the year, which is the gold seasonal long coming up. Lots going on. It's a time to take stock, think about what you're going to do over the next few weeks. Are you having a holiday? And if you do, you need to be flat. Are you looking to trade that little Christmas period no one else trades, which gave us gold last year, gave us all the year before, pretty good trading? These are all the decisions you've got to make for yourselves, guys. Take care, make good decisions, get used to analyzing the market and learn from listening, but get used to doing this stuff for yourself. I'll be back Monday, same time. Have a great weekend. Trade carefully. See you guys later.